You're listening to the What the Wrestling Podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD. Oh, let's go. You already know what time it is. No, do not adjust your volume. It is I, the one you came to see, still with no voice, still doing podcast, still doing what he needs to do, goddammit.
Perfect.
We are going to get through this as best we can. I repeat, I am not sounding like this on purpose. I wish I was, but I am not. My voice sounds so bad that it sounds like I'm doing this on purpose. Even I am not that good. With that being said, check out my socials. Follow me, RJDRJ699 on Twitter, RJD199 on Snapchat. But most importantly, follow What's the Wrestling on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Follow What the Wrestling on Spodify and Anchor. Let us not waste any more time, you heard me? I sound like a drunk Texan in a saloon back in the 1600s. I don't know. Let's go. Yes. Tis I, RJD here. Why is my light not on? There we go. RJD here in my robe. And we are here to talk about wrestling. Do not adjust your screens. I swear, if I had my voice back, I would not sound like this. But my voice has decided to run away from me the last couple of days. So you get the drunk Texan, I don't know, or you get the guy in the saloon with the shootout at noon. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Let me drink some tea. There is literally nothing. There is nothing. As you can see, I'm trying to force even when I try to force a voice out, it still doesn't work. There's literally nothing that I can do right now to limit the bullshit in regards to my voice. So we are just going to deal with it. And you got a saloon RJD for the next couple of days until my voice decides to run back into my vocal cords. So with that being said, hit the goddamn like button. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. HBO, man, help a brother out. I'm out here. I got the super flu. I got the super flu. I'm still doing my damn job, doing what I got to do, bringing forth the entertainment and wrestling for you, I'm streaming Final Fantasy Crisis Core Reunion for you. I'm doing all this because I love it. Why else would I not be resting my vocal cords right now if I didn't actually like doing this? So, HBO, help a brother out. Hit the like button. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel as I drink some more tea. So, before we get into Dynamite, let's talk about Mandy Rose. In case you guys have been living under a rock, crazy stories this week. Vince McMahon says he wish he would have came back. He wish he would have stayed. It would have blew over. Then we got Mandy Rose getting released by WWE crazy out of nowhere yesterday. And the problem was this. So here we go. Let's talk about it. Mandy Rose was NXT champion for a very long time. Damn near a year. I think she had like a 400-day reign. So Mandy Rose was posting. Well, let's back it up.
Nope.
Mandy Rose is an attractive woman, right? And she's an attractive woman. That's great. That's good for her. On TV, her whole gimmick, her whole thing is, I'm hot, I'm NXT Championship, I got my girls with me, Toxic Attraction. They're hot. They were NXT Tag Champions, Women's Tag Champions. We're hot, you're not, it's all good. So that was the gimmick. Got it. So I guess Mandy and her infinite wisdom decide, well, maybe I can make some money off myself. God damn it, I'm hot. So let me see. So like a lot of women nowadays, she is using what she's got to make some extra bread on top of what she makes in WWE. And you know what? Good for her. As she should. You know, use what you got to get what you want. And she was big on social media, and she was putting content. She had a side hustle, and she was putting content on this website called Fan Time. So I never heard of Fan Time. I mean, we've all heard of OnlyFans, but people seem to think that OnlyFans is like hardcore porn. Now listen, there is some porn on there. We're not gonna sit here and lie, all right? There is porn on there.
Stop the cap.
But not everybody who's on OnlyFans is doing porno. A lot of women are going on OnlyFans and they're putting up pictures of themselves. Pictures in bikinis, some pictures topless, some pictures fully nude, some pictures they're in a specific setting, and it's almost like a photo shoot. I believe Toni Storm is doing OnlyFans like that, like she's putting up pictures, not explicit or crazy nude or anything, but she's putting up pictures in like a photo shoot type way, and people are subscribing, paying whatever her subscription is to see these pictures. And Fan Time is the same thing. So WWE knew already about the Fan Time account, and they knew she was posting pictures of herself, bikini pics, and other pics, blah, blah, blah. So apparently, Mandy Rose went from bikini pictures and maybe sultry, sexy photos to more than that. So Brian Alvarez have reported on Wrestling Observer Live that WWE was aware of Mandy Rose's premium content. Brian Alvarez also noted that while WWE was initially okay with her posting bikini photos, but they changed their minds once Mandy Rose started showing off a lot more of herself on the platform. So that is what the problem was. So it wasn't the issue that she was posting on there. It's when it became way too raunchy. they looked at it like, okay, we got sponsors, we got people giving us money, and some of those sponsors are uncomfortable with the wrestlers posting pictures in that light. So they don't want to be associated with those types of things. So, for example, if you have somebody like Disney, right? If you work for Disney and then you put up a freaking OnlyFans of you getting, like if you're a woman and you put up raunchy photos and you work for Disney, Disney's probably gonna be like, hell no.
Nope.
Take those pictures down or you're fired. Because Disney has a reputation to uphold and protect. So WWE is sort of the same thing. One of the sponsors went to WWE, they didn't like it. And Mandy Rose basically said,
nope.
Get the fuck out of here!
Now, some people are saying that Mandy Rose was blindsided. Some people were saying that Mandy Rose was like, listen, I'm not stopping it. So what you want to do? We could split right now. I'll drop the title. We'll split amicably. And then there's another half of people that said she was blindsided when she went into work on Wednesday, or when she went into work, and they basically said, yo, you dropping the title and then you fired. So who knows what's right? Who knows what's wrong? But what I would say is, shout out to Mandy. And here's why. Listen, WWE tried to take away, remember, WWE tried to take away these third-party platforms, their Twitches, their Cameos, their Venmos, and all this other shit. WWE tried to take that away from them. And they basically said, hell no, we're not giving y'all shit. A lot of people said that. Saraya was one of them. Adam Cole was one of them. And if you're Mandy Rose and you're probably making more money on fan time selling pictures of yourself than you are in the actual wrestling ring, you're going to be like, are you crazy? I'm not stopping this. All this extra money I'm getting, you can kiss my ass. So I respect the hell out of Mandy Rose for standing up for herself. And a lot of women are mad. A lot of women they were very vocal yesterday about this situation, saying, listen, justice for Mandy, rehire Mandy. Mandy Rose is freaking trending like half the day yesterday. So I look at it like this. Mandy Rose has every right to use whatever she got to make whatever money she can make. Go get your money, boo-boo. Go get your money. And unfortunately, WWE has every right to say, listen, this is not within the guidelines of working here. Bikini photos are okay. Those other photos are not okay. If you're going to continue to put up those kind of photos, then you cannot work here. And she had every right to say, I'm not doing it.
You stupid.
So I don't think nobody's right, nobody's wrong. I just think both parties, they have the right to do what they want to do. Mandy Rose is going to be okay. She could go into acting. She can go into, I think she's been on Mad Model magazines. You know, she's an attractive woman. Good for her. She's gonna be fine. If she wants to keep wrestling, which I think she does, she could keep wrestling. She's worked very, very hard to get to where she's at. She's worked very hard to get good in the ring. Do what you gotta do, Mandy. Shout out to her. I wish her nothing but the best. Go get your money, girl. So that's that. Let's move on to Dynamite. Winter is coming. Last night, good show. Very good show last night. We had a lot going on. So we are going to get into it right here, right now. Starting with the Elite versus Death Triangle match 4 in a best of 7 series. This match was not unlike any match we've seen, but it started to have a little twist. So Nick Jackson hurt his ankle early in the match. He left, and then there was a package power driver to Matt Jackson. He was out of the match. Kenny Omega wrestling by himself. This all led up to a hot tag when Nick Jackson came out of the tunnel looking like Willis Reed. My sports fans will get that. He came out of the tunnel. He hopped back, and he was like, all right, let's go. And Penta ends up hitting him. He's fighting Phoenix. Phoenix catches his arm, his leg, in a super kick. And Penta hits him with the hammer. Phoenix reluctantly puts him in a heel hook, and they win match 4. Kenny Omega says, listen, I'm tired of you guys doing this cheap shot shit. How about the next one? We have no rules, being that you guys keep breaking them. So the next fight will be a no DQ. The next fight will be a no DQ, and that will be match 5. I'm all for it. Fine by me. MJF has a promo backstage saying that Ricky Starks had a star-making performance, but he's been a star, saying that he was born rich and he ain't apologizing for it, saying that nobody's gonna remember Ricky Starks after tonight, saying that we'll see what happens when the pressure gets applied to the pebble. Is he gonna go into a diamond, or is he gonna get crushed and go back crushed into dust? Very good MJF promo. So this was all good here, good stuff. Then we had the Acclaimed. Yo, listen. Oh man, throat is killing me. Pause. Yo, listen. So we had the Acclaim come out. Max Caster was rapping. He was spitting a good rap until Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, and Mr. Singh came out to interrupt Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. Max Caster caught the kabong guitar to the head, and that was all she wrote. And Jeff Jarrett stood tall with Sending of Singh and Jay Lethal. Now, stop the show.
Stop it. Get some help.
The only problem I have with this is, what the hell did Jeff Jarrett do to deserve a title shot? Why is Jeff Jarrett getting a title shot? They haven't said he's getting a title shot, but we don't have any other tag teams that can rock out with the Acclaimed. Why the hell does it have to be Jarrett and Lethal? On top of that, what happened to this AEW tag team division? This used to be the best tag team division in wrestling. Now, besides FTR and the Acclaimed and the Young Bucks, who are tied up in the trios titles, it seems like, where the hell are all the tag teams? So, I don't know what's going on with this bullshit, but we got better tag teams than this. Let's get the tag team division back to where it needs to be. Next, we had Jungle Boy versus The Machine, Brian Cage. Excuse me, Jesus. This was a good match, good. Excuse me. This was a good big man, little man match. Let me find out my voice trying to come back. This was a good big man, little man match. The end came where Prince Nana got involved and Brian Cage hit him. The distraction allowed Brian Cage to get rolled up and folded up by Jungle Boy. They started to beat us, and then the Firm came out, and Big W. Morrissey and Lee Moriarty started to beat up Big Bill. They started to beat up on Mr. Jungle Boy, and Hook came down and made the save. And the heels went running off. Not gonna lie, seeing Hook making a save, and now you're putting Hook in something prominent, I like this. Hook is great, and it'll give him a lot of experience. Good stuff here. So, then we had the House of Black versus the Factory. This basically was a squash match.
Get the fuck out of here!
Black Mass. Great intro. We had a mist by Homegirl to Nick Comparado, Julia Hart. Everybody hit the road. And then we had the Black Mass to QT Marshall, and that was all she wrote. Good shit by the House of Black. House of Black need to be the next Trios champions. And they need to hold them, when they do get those belts, they need to hold them for a very long time. We had Sky Blue coming out there to talk shit to Britt Baker and setting up a match between them. And then we had the best thing on the show, Action Andretti versus Chris Jherico. The Ocho. This was a brilliantly conducted story in which the crowd was into this 1000%. Action Andretti, he was called a jobber, he was smacked around, he was beat up, and he started to get a little bit of offense. Chris Jericho hit the code breaker right before the first commercial break, and he kicked out. Even I was like, word? That's what we doing? Chris Jericho couldn't believe it. Went from commercial, came back from commercial. He starts to get a little bit of offense. Chris Jericho still basically is beating him up. Hit him with a running shooting star press. Well, he tried to do something. Jericho tried to hit him with the Judas effect. He ducked him, beat him up a little bit. He hit him with, I think, a DDT, and then he hit him with a running shooting star press. And Jericho lost. I was like,
Get the fuck out of here!
Surprise, motherfucker.
And the crowd ate this up. They were saying, let's go, jobber. Let's go, jobber. They were yelling at Chris Jericho, you tapped out. You tapped out. This was great. This was great. This was great. This was great. Chris Jericho perfectly set this brother up. Like, he literally put him right by the rim so he could alley-oop. He put the ball right by the rim so he could alley-oop it and slam dunk it. This was great. I love this. So now we have Chris Jericho after the match. We almost done. We're going to get through it, y'all. We're going to get through it. We had Chris Jericho after the match. Breaking stuff, grabs a chair. He's like, I'm the Ocho. I'm the Ocho. And he starts throwing things everywhere. And then he runs into the back and he starts crying. This looks like the start of the dissension of Chris Jericho. And if it is, I'm all for it. So they had a video package promo from FTR. And they basically said, you have our attention, ass boys. You wanted it, now you got it. Next we had Ruby Soho and Ty Mello one-on-one. Not gonna lie, these two ladies, like, say what you want about Ty Mello. Ty Mello is hard hitting. Her offense is impactful. Say what you want about Ruby Soho. Ruby Soho's offense is very impactful. These two women beat up on each other for about 8-9 minutes. And what is it? No Future. The No Future to Ty Mello. And Ruby Soho gets the win. But Anna Jay comes out, makes the save for Ty Mello. And they beat up on Ruby Soho. So this feud will continue. Oh, there we go. I got a little bit of my voice back. Here it comes. This feud will continue, and I love it. I like Ty Mello in the ring. And say what you want about Anna Jay. I think too, when she's on, she's on. So Ruby Soho gets the win, but she also gets beat down. So it is what it is. Then we had our main event of the evening. It doesn't come off the same without my voice. But we had AEW World Championship Dynamite Diamond Ring match. Ricky Starks versus MJF. This was a solid match. It all started to unfold back and forth in the beginning. All started to unfold when MJF did the double stomp onto his arms, and then he started baiting him with the arm. There was a spot where MJF played possum. Ricky Starks went for the pin. He said 1, 2, and then he got out of the pin, grabbed his arm, put him in the salt of the earth. And then after that, he tried to reach the rope with his other arm, and he had one arm like this, and then he bent the other arm back. So now Ricky Starks is like this. Then he tried to reach the rope with his foot, and he bent his one foot back. So now he's like this, and he's got one foot, and with the other leg, he tiptoes to the ropes. That was impressive. That was a dope spot. So they had a Jesus Christ, still sick as a dog. They had a flurry of 2 counts. Each man tried to pin the other man with a 2 count. And the end came when MJF tried to hide behind the ref. And while he was trying to hide behind the ref, Ricky moved the ref, and then MJF kicked him in the nuts and then rolled him up. And that was the final roll-up for the 3 count.
Perfect.
So they protected Ricky. They gave MJF his first title defense win. And while MJF is leaving, you hear Bryan Danielson's music.
Stop.
And MJF looks like.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Bryan Danielson comes out of the tunnel. And MJF takes off like a bat out of hell. Pum, he is out of there. So he runs and he's like,
fuck this shit, I'm out.
And he runs all the way up into the crowd. And Bryan Danielson just looks at him and he's pointing at him with that American Dragon angry looking face. And at the end of the day, Bryan Danielson's like,
Gotcha, bitch.
I'm coming for you. So all in all, Ricky Starks needs to come out of this, and he needs to be featured on TV. He needs big wins. Maybe he needs to go after the TNT title. He needs something, but he better not go back to catering. They need to use this brother and build off of this shit. TK, if you're listening to me, that's what you need to do, brother. MJF looks good. He's going to be going against Danielson. That's going to be a banger after banger after banger. So, looking forward to seeing that too. And that was your AEW Dynamite. So, as more news continues to come out about Vince and Mandy and all this other stuff, I will work really, really hard to get my voice back to get you guys the news you deserve. So, look out for me. RJD as always. Hopefully my voice is back by the time the SmackDown review rolls around, but we will see. With that being said, everybody enjoy. Check out my socials. I am out. Peace.
Dom DeMarco.